What is up, guys? Welcome back to another follow-up video, and today I'm bringing you another episode of our all-working glitches series, which comes out every 2 months or so, just because some glitches come out and some of them get patched, and it just depends on how many people see it and if Bethesda actually decides to patch the glitches or not. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and let's get right into it. So since this video is going to be inevitably long, I am going to organize it into parts just to keep it a little bit organized. So you guys want to skip the parts, or if you just want to see like the Bottlecap glitches or stuff like that, you can skip to that. So first I'm going to be showing the XP glitches, second is going to be the Bottlecap glitches, third is going to be Duplication glitches, fourth is weapon/armor glitches, and 5 is just random glitches, so pretty much whatever I found that doesn't really fit that criteria. So now that that is out of the way, let's go ahead and get right onto the first glitch. Guys, for this glitch, it is an XP glitch, and you're going to need the Automatron DLC for the Automatron workbench to actually craft a Automatron robot. So basically what you do, just go to the workbench and then craft yourself a new robot. And once you've made yourself a new robot, just scroll down to Torso and click Protectron Torso, and then just buy one that you can unlock. So if your most unlocked one is Mr. Handy like me, do that one. If you can do Sentry, do that one. So as I did mine, I did Mr. Handy, so I equipped it and then go back and unequip it by selecting Protectron Torso at the top, and it should unequip it and it should be in your inventory now. Now that you have equipped and unequipped the torso from your new Automatron, go over to your workshop and then make a cabinet or any type of container next to it to place in a whole bunch of items, because what you're going to be doing is taking all the junk from your workshop that is required to actually build the torso, and then you're going to be putting that inside of the container. So whenever you go to actually craft a another torso, it's not going to let you because you won't have the correct amount of materials. Once you have taken all your junk and put it inside of a container, just command one of your companions to go stand by the robot workbench. And it doesn't matter who it is, it can be a robot, it can be your dog, it can be whatever you want it to be. So once they are standing by the workshop, just ask them to trade, exit out of the trade, select again, it's going to be delayed, and then select the workbench before it actually goes into the screen where it does to trade with them. And most of you guys probably already know this glitch, but I mean, it is new to a lot of new people. So once you're in this screen, it should really look glitched out like this. Just scroll down to your torso again and click on the torso that you had just unlocked, and you can just keep getting a whole bunch of XP by selecting X and right on the D-pad for PS4. And if you just keep spamming these buttons, it's going to make a really weird sound, and you know you've done it right whenever it sounds like this. So just do this for however long you want to, and then when you're done, just exit the station, and you will find when you exit out of all the screens, there's going to be an XP meter on the side of your screen that is counting up all the XP that you had accumulated over the process of just buying a ton of torsos for your robot for free. So that's basically how you do this glitch. It's actually really simple. It just takes a while to get a hang of. Guys, for this glitch, you're going to have to be able to go into the Pridwin, and if you're not there yet and it doesn't show up on the map, just keep leveling up in the missions and you'll finally get to it. So just enter the Pridwin, go past the flight of stairs, and enter the Pridwin deck. Now this is the main floor, so just keep walking forward until you see like a little green blip on your map and go to your right, and then you should be able to talk to Proctor Quinlan. So once you talk to Proctor Quinlan, he's just going to say all this random stuff, and then eventually he'll give you this option. It's called Assist and Control, and basically what he's going to do is give you a Brotherhood Scribe to teach, and you want to click that mission and then accept it, and then go outside of the Pridwin, walk past like the big vertibird, and then go to your left at like this big tower. Now this part you're going to want to have a scoped weapon, and then look down at the buildings, and you should see a person just walking around that looks like a really untrained type person, you know. So what you want to do now is just kill them with your rifle, and then make sure you are crouched, or else the guys are going to attack you. And then once you kill her, she's really has really full health for some reason. She's really strong, but once you kill her, it's going to say that you got to return to Proctor Quinlan. So just go back to Proctor Quinlan. He's going to say all this stuff and how it was bad that she died and all this stuff, and then he's going to give you some bottle caps and he's going to give you some XP. Now, you can just keep doing this over and over and over again until you have as much XP as you want, and this is really good for lower levels. I kind of wish that I knew how to do this before I was a really low level, so let's move on to the next glitch. Guys, for this glitch, just go to a chemistry station and find reactor coolant if you are on the Brotherhood of Steel side. Now, You don't have to do it with reactor coolant, but reactor coolant just sells for a bunch more money than all the other ones. It sells for 100 bottle caps per one. So to do this glitch, just hover above the item that you want to duplicate and make sure you have none of that to craft it. Like, so grape mentats is above jet, so I shouldn't have anything to craft grape mentats. But you will have to have enough materials to craft at least one jet, or else it won't work. So just press A and up really fast, and it should ask you to make the jet. Now, to do this, it has to be really quickly. So the second after, like a millisecond after you press up, press A, or else it takes a little bit to get a hang of, like the duplication glitch. But once you do it, you can just do it over and over and over again, and it'll give you a ton of money. So let's get right into the next glitch. For this glitch, just duplicate a bunch of copper, and then once you've duplicated your desired amount of copper, just go and then go to the decorations, go to statues, and just spam the baseball statue. You can do the other ones, but this one's the smallest one. It takes the least amount of space, so just do this a ton of times. And I'd recommend going to a base that doesn't have very much stuff built, so the size is like really big and stuff, so you can place down as many as possible. Now, this gives you a lot of XP, even if like you're at a really high level. It still ranks you up really quickly. So let's move on to the next glitch. Alright guys, to do this glitch, all you're gonna have to do is go to the structures, go to wood, and then go to floors. You can pick up the shack floor, take it over to a really flat location where there's nothing else, and then just start spamming X or A if you're on Xbox One, and you should just start building yourself up. And if you have that one perk that gives you random XP for more random X you do, like if you place down this wood, for example, it'll normally give you, let's say, 10 XP. Every now and then it'll give you 20 XP, it'll double it. So it actually can increase the amount you get over time, and this works with a lot of different items, so you guys can just experiment on your own. So for this glitch, you will need some adhesive, cloth, glass, and oil. Now once you've acquired some of these materials, just do the duplication glitch that I've showed you in previous videos, and then if you don't have to do it, here's a link right here. There'll be one in the description for mobile users. So just keep duplicating a ton of these. Now once you have done that, just go to a chemistry station and go down to grenade. Now you should have a ton of materials to craft a Molotov cocktail, and if it doesn't show up, that's because you don't have demolition expert. So just keep spamming X and just cooking a ton of Molotov cocktails. Then once you've done that, just do this as long as you want to, for however long you want to, and then you've completed the glitch. For the majority of these glitches I'm about to show you, it's all going to rely on one thing, and that is timing. Now, you're going to be doing the same button layout type thing for all of these glitches, and right now we are doing the unlimited bottle caps glitch. For this, it's only going to cost you, I think, $1,000 max for the cheapest one, but you can get ones upwards of $3,000, or bottle caps, I'm sorry. But when you do this, you just want to buy one store and then place it onto the ground. Once you have placed it onto the ground, you want to hover over it so it is fully green, and when you do that, on PS4, you want to press square and then circle. So basically what's going to think that you're doing is scrapping it and also selling it at the same time. So whenever you sell it and scrap it, it just puts it back into your workshop, so you have one in your workshop still, even though you bought it, but you also get to keep from money from scrapping it. So basically you just keep making more and more for free, and then when you sell them, you know, it gives you that money you would have gotten if you would have actually bought it and sold it. So going a little bit more in depth into this process, when you press square and circle, you're going to want to do it very quickly. So I'm going to hold up my controller up to the mic so you can get a like sound for how actually fast you need to do this. Now if you couldn't comprehend how actually fast to do this, there will be a video of me actually doing it later in this video, so you can also see a visual representation and a sound representation of it. So just basically just do it really quickly, and you should get it down. It takes me a couple tries every now and then too. Like it's gotten harder for me, I guess. I don't know if they've tried to patch it or what, but basically once you've done your desired amount of times, just go back over to your workshop, and then the battle caps should be inside your workshop. Alright guys, so to do this glitch, all you have to do is just go to your workshop and then go over to any junk you want. So I chose acid, and then once you have chosen your material, go ahead and then go into your Pip-Boy and then drop that item onto the ground. Now I recommend auto-saving at this point just in case, you know, you lose anything or anything like that. But once you do that, go in the workshop mode, and then this is the tricky part that everyone always gets stuck on. When you're at this part of the place and you're hovering over the item that you want to pick up, you press square on PS4, then very quickly after you have pressed square, you want to press circle. Now, you know you've done it right. Whenever it asks you if you want to store it in the workshop, just go ahead and press yes to get out of that, and then press X to get out of the workshop. Now, as you can see, if you go back to your workshop, you should have doubled of that amount. Just take that out of the workbench and then place it back on the ground. And you know you have done it right perfectly whenever there was 2 of the item that you just had. So to get rid of this, just go into workshop mode and then scrap both of them. Then go back into your workshop and it should have them there, and they should be one piece whenever you put them on the ground. Okay guys, so this is real life right now, and I want to show you guys how I do it. There are 2 different techniques to actually press it. So what I do is, whenever I'm doing a glitch, I press square and then I slide my thumb over, and you actually hit X at the same time. That's not really needed, but my technique is I just slide it over and I end up pressing X anyway. Or there's also another technique where you just press square and then after you press circle. Now this is the correct timing that you want to do it, and this is how I always do it. Now if you do it like that, it should go ahead and duplicate it, but if it doesn't, I guess just keep trying it. And then this is the speed that you want to use if you are doing the press circle and square and not actually sliding your thumb. Alright guys, so hopefully now you can figure out how you actually do this glitch. You can get it down so you can duplicate all your materials that you want. And guys, the second duplication glitch is how to duplicate any special book in the game to get a unlimited amount of level type things like charisma, all that different types of stuff. Or you can also use this to duplicate any items such as guns, ammo, anything like that. So basically any item in the game. So first thing you want to do is just grab your item, place it onto a conveyor belt, and then wait for it to be halfway into the black and halfway on the conveyor belt. And then whenever it is halfway between both things, just take it by pressing square or X on Xbox One, and then it should be in your inventory and then also inside of the conveyor belt. And then you can just keep doing this over and over and over again to however much you want. And then, well, it does take a couple tries, I will say. You have to get the timing really right, and you get used to it after a while, just like the duplication glitch that I just showed you. And I found that it helps if you stay closer to the conveyor belt. Like if you're closer to where it ends, it's easier for me at least. So once you have done the glitch right, it should be in your conveyor belt and also in your inventory. So just throw it down on the ground, do it as many times as you want to, and then I recommend auto-saving just in case your game crashes or freezes or does anything weird like that when you're doing these glitches. So let's move on to the next glitch. Guys, this next glitch is a way to duplicate any ammo that you want in Fallout 4. Alright guys, for this glitch, all you're going to have is the weapon that you want to duplicate the ammo for, and some ammo for that, and then a harpoon gun. It has to be like a plain harpoon gun, it can't be legendary or anything. Once you have done that, go to the weapons workbench and then name your harpoon gun 0, and name the weapon that you want to duplicate the ammo for 1. Now just press scrap and modify at the same time, and then scrap it, and then go over to your barbed harpoon from your harpoon gun, and then place that onto the weapon that you are wanting to duplicate the ammo for. Once you've done that, just go over to a flat surface and then shoot a few rounds into it, and then you should have some harpoons that just kind of like glitch out, and you can just pick them up over and over and over again, and they will save as your ammo for your gun that you are currently using and not a harpoon. So I found that some of the ammo does not work for it, such as like fusion cells or stuff like that, but it will work with bullet weapons like 5.56 and 7.62. So it's kind of just trial and error, so just try to find a ammo that works for you. Guys, for this glitch you have to have 2 of the same weapon that your legendary does. So as you see, I have the Overseer's Guardian and the Tactical Combat Rifle. So once you do that, just go to your companion and then go into your inventory and give him the non-legendary weapon. And as a reminder you, make sure your inventory is pretty much all empty except for those 2 guns. So once you do that, do the glitch where you go to the trade with that person, and then right when you're in the screen while it's loading the trade with them, open up the weapons workbench. Now that you've done that, you should be in a glitched out screen where you're in 2 different workbenches at the same time, and then trade back the weapon that was in your companion's inventory back into your inventory. Now that both weapons are in your inventory, look in your mod menu and then use a mod that doesn't require any resources, which is normally just taking off something from your weapon. Once you have found the mod, make sure the mod is highlighted and the legendary weapon, and then transfer it back into your companion's inventory, and then you also remove the mod. And once you've done that, just exit out of everything, and then you should have the glitch completed, and you should have the legendary effects on both weapons. So That is how you do the glitch. Now let's get right on to the next one. Alright guys, so this glitch all you're going to have is a craftable armor piece and a non-craftable uniform. So once you've got those, go into your armor workbench and then place in the craftable piece of armor. And once you have done that, start renaming it, and rename it all what your uniform is called except for the last letter. So mine was Boss Uniform, so I'm going to call it Boss Unifor without the M because that's the last letter. So once you've done that, rename it, save it, and then exit out of the armor workbench. Now, once you've done that, go back into the armor workbench and then press scrap and modify at the same exact time, and then just go ahead and scrap it. Then now you should have your boss uniform. So once you've got your boss uniform, just press left on the D-pad to go back over to your armor piece, and then you should be able to rename the boss uniform. Once you have done that, just delete whatever it says and then just change it to one space and then go ahead and save it. Once you have saved it, just go ahead and scrap the item. Now, this is the part where you can just keep scrapping all the unwanted items in your inventory that you can't delete, like the keys and like all this other random stuff that it won't let you delete from inventory, or you can use it to find an item that you want to rename, like a legendary weapon or other stuff like that, and go ahead and rename it to whatever you want. Alright guys, for this glitch, all you're going to have to do is have a companion, and once you have got your companion, once your inventory is completely full, as you can see mine is maxed out, just start putting stuff into your companion's inventory, and then this just happens over time. You don't have to do it, but once you're both full and you can't carry anything, and let's say you find something that you want on the ground and you don't feel like having to walk super slow, once you find the item that you want to pick up, just command your companion to go and pick it up. So once you're at a distance, command him to pick up the weapon, and then he will go over to the weapon even though that his inventory is maxed out, and he will pick it up and add it into his inventory. Now, if you do this with like a raider or something, you'll have to do it multiple times, because let's say it'll pick up the ammo, then his weapon, then his clothes. So let's say you want his clothes, so you have to do it 3 times. That's the only really bad part about it, but I mean, you're carrying unlimited items, so as you can see right here, it's in his inventory even though it said his inventory was full and I couldn't put anything else in it. So you can do this multiple times until you have as much as you want, I guess. So just go to an armor station, just select 2 pieces of armor that you want to combine. Once you've done that, just go to the place and rename them. Name the first one 2 spaces, and basically what this is going to do is put the one that you want to duplicate in front of the other one that you want to duplicate. So name the second one just 1 space. So let's name it 1 space, just save them, and then exit out of the armor workbench and then quick save the game. Once you have done that, just go back into the workbench and go to the mod on the very top of the screen. It's going to be the one with the 1 space, and then press square and X at the same exact time. So once you do that, you should see the scrap item menu, and then once you do that, just go ahead and scrap it, and then you go ahead and put on any mod that you want from the other piece of armor that was on the original one. So as you see, you got none of 4 of these, but you can do the glitch that I just showed you yesterday and then get any mod for free. So basically what you want to do is just press down and circle at the same time, I think it was. Yeah, down and back at the same time, and then you can get the mod for free. So if you can't afford it, don't worry about it. And then basically now you just combine the 2 pieces of armor together. You've put 1 piece of mod that was supposed to be on the other piece of armor on the other armor. So alright guys, for this glitch, just go to any mod workbench. It can be a weapons workbench, robot workbench, or armor workbench. Doesn't really matter. Just find one of the mods that you can't afford yet but you want. So just hover above the mod that you want and then press down and back at the same time really quickly, and then it should glitch out the game saying that you have actually bought the mod. So you can just do this multiple times. Doesn't matter how fast or how many times you do it. But one thing is that you have to press them like basically the same time. It's kind of like the resource duplication glitch type thing. You have to press them like a minuscule time apart, just to get the glitch to work. But it's really easy to do. I found I did it like almost on the first try. It's much easier than some other glitches I've posted. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I seen a lot of shit I shouldn't have, but never forgot it though. Brothers on the corner selling crack like it was not a though. Walk inside my kitchen, baking soda all up on the floor. Police banging on the door while gripping the 44. I was just a youngin', but this type of shit I seen before. Y'all see a white boy, but my daddy a Negro. Half-breed motherfucker grip the mic and he